darkness the zombie did call, true pain and suffering he brought to them all. Away ran the children to hide in their beds, for fear that the devil would chop off their heads.
What's up, horror fans? I'm Rob Zombie, and this is
Zombaween.
Welcome to Horror for Dummies! That's right, we are the show that comes to you weekly that teaches a thing or two to the dumbest little guy about the genre we love. It is episode 218. Welcome to another week of Halloween goodness here with a thing we call Zombaween, the most creative name we've ever come up with. That's right, I bet you right now, you're probably kicking yourself right now that you thought, wish I had a podcast and created something called Zombaween. Well, you didn't, because the Dummies did, and that's why they call us the Dummies. I'm your host, Tim, and with me, as per usual, once again, the guy that never fails to show up, except that one time that he failed to show up. But beyond that, he always is here. His name is Little Red Mushroom. How are you, buddy?
Good man, I go fast. What time was that?
You're putting me on the spot, man. Episode 200.
Because I fucking show up.
Episode 126.
Shit. Yeah, I didn't show up to that one.
Now I have
You got me.
Now I have to go back and check and see what. I don't even know if you were actually on the show. Oh no, you were. Yeah, you were on the show at 126.
Oh, I've been on the show for a long ass time.
You have. You've done over 100 episodes on this show. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Speaking
too long, some might say.
Speaking of too long, I forgot to bring this up about a few weeks ago, but we had our anniversary on the 17th. We had our anniversary on the 17th of September. That marks our 5 years as a horror podcast. 5.
Oh, congratulations, Tim.
Hey, congratulations to you too, my little mushroom.
Well, I wasn't. I did listen to the very first episode, and then I was like, not for me.
And now you're a part of it.
Now I have to.
Yeah. I often fear that...
Yuck.
I often fear that a lot of people listen to one episode and think, yep, this is shit, and they turn it off and never give us a chance. Hey, I've done that with other podcasts. I've done that. Yep.
Really, tuck into a few episodes before you figure out that we're shit.
I mean, I can give myself the same advice with other podcasts that I listen to, but yeah, there is a sea of podcasts out there, and if you are listening to us right now, hey, thanks a lot. It really means a lot. It does.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. If you've listened to every episode, that's so many. That's 5 years worth of episodes. That's a lot. That's a lot of bullshit.
It is. There's a few people that have contacted me saying, hey, want to go back and listen to your past episodes. How do I go about this? And for people who are confused, for people who are confused, our main Horror for Dummies feed starts at basically episode 100 and something. The rest of the shows are actually on the Padded Room Podcast Network, that's where you can find episodes 1 to like 100 and something. I was going to upload them all in the one feed, but that's over 100 episodes that I have to do, and I'm so lazy. I can't be fucked. So yeah, I didn't do that. So if you want to go listen to like past episodes, Padded Room Podcast is where you find us. There you go. Anyway, this is Zombaween, which means we are still on the Rob Zombie bandwagon, or the Rob Zombie
whole month.
We are. The Rob Zombie Ghost Train is probably better thing to say.
Rob Zombie Dracula.
Yeah, which I found out about a week ago that was about a car. I always thought that was about a drag queen Dracula. Nope.
No.
It's about a car.
I mean, that's cool too. Yeah.
Now I want a movie about a drag queen Dracula. That'd be dope. But anyway.
Isn't there like a bunch of like horror drag stuff on Shudder?
Yeah, but not movies. That's like a TV series. Yeah. Yeah, so we are going to be covering House of a Thousand Corpses, Rob Zombie's first theatrical film. And we are going to continue the Halloween season with the new Hocus Pocus number 2, Hocus Pocus Deuce, on our Raw review. It's going to be a star-studded event where me and Loof talk about stuff. So hold on to your seats because it's going to be great.
Mostly.
Basically, I mean, yeah, that's what this show's about, us talking about movies. So
Yeah.
if you're into horror
About other
films,
stuff,
sometimes...
you get yelled at, and then Tim's like, "You gotta stop talking about that shit." And fucking,
Well, okay,
Somewhere else.
with that being said, how are
Yeah.
you? Are you enjoying Halloween so far? Or are you, what I predict you're doing, being boring and not doing anything Halloween-y right now?
oh, actually, you'd be surprised
Go on.
that
Surprise
I'm
me.
actually not doing anything Halloween at all so far
Will,
of my own accord.
will you... Okay, here's a question for you. At any
ma'am.
point this month, the month of October, right? The spookiest month of all.
Pumpkin month.
Are you going to do anything to celebrate Halloween?
Maybe I'll get a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks.
Okay, that's not really that spooky. Like, okay, are you going to watch any horror movie that you don't have to? Or are you going to listen to any themed music?
Why would I watch a fucking horror movie? I don't have to.
Because it's Halloween season. That's what you should be doing. You should be excited to watch Halloween movies and not be forced to.
No, I'm pretty much forced to most of the time.
I know you are most of the year, but right now isn't most of the year. Right now is Halloween season. Aren't you excited?
Nah.
I honestly don't get you.
I usually listen to Misfits on Halloween.
Yeah, see, there you
It's like
go.
a little me tradition that I like doing.
See, there. So you're going to be doing it this year?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
Probably
good.
back a month for a bit.
So you will be doing something Halloween related. I like it. Congratulations.
Yeah, a little bit. That's like the loosest of traditions.
Are you going to put any decorations up?
No.
You're not
I
going to
mean,
Yeah.
kind of like half my shit's sort of horror-y anyway.
Yeah, but if it's up all year round, then it doesn't count.
Oh. I mean, my Baphomet's out, but they're usually Christmassy.
Okay.
It's more of a Ratmas thing.
So, like,
I showed you Ratmas last year.
you did, yes. So, for example, my house inside my house is basically decked out with, like, horror-related and gothic interior all year round, right? My wife is heavily into, like, gothic-inspired shit. I've got a big-ass...
Spooky, gothy stuff.
Yeah, I've got a big-ass ghost face mask that's, like,
Yeah, you do.
on my wall.
Oh, yeah, Ghostface mask.
So inside doesn't look much different. I mean, to a normal person, you'd say, "Oh, yeah, you decorated for Halloween." No, that's just my house. But outside, my wife, and this is all my wife. Like, I haven't done anything. My wife has like put out decorations. So if you drive,
You generally don't.
yeah, we do.
No, I mean, you specifically generally
Don't put out decorations.
I'm just calling you lazy, that's all.
I go to town on Halloween. This is my favorite time of year. Don't tell me I don't do something.
Train on Halloween.
So if you drive past my house, you will see, like,
Yeah.
there's a big sign at the front saying "keep out" with, like, ghosts around it and shit like that. So we are full in the Halloween season and the Halloween spirit right now. So,
Nice.
you know, one of us has to pull our weight around here.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, because you would rather be miserable.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. You be you.
I mean, I am doing something sort of spooky that's not related to the podcast.
Okay, give it to me. What is it?
I'm gonna go see the Let the Right One In show.
What do you mean you're going to go see it?
There's like a stage play for Let the Right One In.
Get-
I'm gonna go see with Bond.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
What?
like a theatre production.
Fuck off. Why do I not know about this?
Because you don't live in Sydney.
Yeah, but I'm an hour's drive from Sydney. I was in Sydney on last Sunday night.
Okay, well, here you go.
Okay, don't just send it to me. Explain it to me what it is so other people who live in Australia listening right now can find out.
Okay, so it's at the it's put on by the Darlinghurst Theatre Company. It's sort of near Surrey Hills, and it's basically a stage adaptation of Let the Right One In.
Get the fuck out. Are you serious?
Season is running from we're seeing preview ones because, well, we thought we not be able to make the later ones, but it's basically running from now, which is like, I think its first preview show is tomorrow night, until the 20th of November, and there's shows on Tuesday 6:30, Wednesdays to Saturdays at 7:30. There's a Saturday matinee at 2 p.m. and a Sunday at 1 p.m.
Can I ask you a question right now and don't laugh?
Yes, sir.
What is a matinee?
A matinee is just an earlier show.
Right, okay. I hear a lot of American podcasts talk about a matinee. They went and saw a matinee. I have no idea what that is because we don't really have it over here.
Just means they saw an earlier session.
Right, okay. That is... Wow, okay.
An afternoon performance, specifically.
So a Let the Right One In theatre show.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why did I not know it? How much are tickets? Oh, there we are. I'm looking right now. 72 to 110.
60, 70 bucks. Yeah. God. The previews are cheaper because, like, you know, they're not quite as...
They're not as tight as they should be.
Yeah. They're not quite like a Toiger, you know?
Who are you going with?
Bonnie.
Oh, right. Does she know the movie? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. That is fucking dope. Oh, I hate having kids. I would be there if I just didn't have stupid little sperm monsters running around.
You got babysitters and fucking grandparents and
Yeah, but I'm already going to Hello Scream, which is in Luna Park, which is like a big fucking Halloween attraction. And
by yourself?
No, with like my wife and friends, Sam and Dan. And then...
why don't you guys... When is that? Why don't you guys like go to that and then get like tickets for this? Do it all one night?
Because...
Or is it too much?
No, Hello Scream is like an all-night thing.
Oh, okay.
It's like a haunted house, massive thing. It's like Halloween Horror Nights, but for Australia.
Okay.
Right? And then the next weekend, it's my birthday, so I'm going on a ghost tour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's too much. And I only have so many babysitters. And I'm not getting a random babysitter because you know what that means.
You have to fuck them.
No. I wish.
Oh.
I was gonna say Michael Myers will come for you, but
What does that mean? Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
My bad.
Especially
I don't have
around this
kids,
time.
so I don't know how it works.
Yeah, you don't get random babysitters or Michael
Because
Myers
you got to fuck
kills
them.
you.
Oh, and Michael Myers.
Why do you have to fuck them?
You have to. It's a rule.
Isn't... I'm totally...
I don't know. Every movie I've seen with a babysitter, and you have to fuck them.
When does the parent ever fuck the babysitter?
I don't know. I've watched lots of movies with it.
Oh, okay. I need to watch...
Like, they're not very long movies. But, like...
It just fucking clicked as to what you were saying.
They're definitely a film.
A film.
Yeah, a film. A movie film.
That's what I'm going to do to them. Anyway, hey, look.
Yeah, they come round and they're all, like... They're talking weird and... Like, not like humans. Barely acting. And then they do a sex times.
I like a sex times. It's nice.
Yeah, man. Full penny. Full penny.
Cream pie, that shit. All right. Well, on to the show. Before we start the show, it is time that we thank two little special guys out there.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God.
Okay. Not the correct guys.
Oh,
When I say
sorry.
guys, I mean like two people.
Oh, hey, peeps.
One is a female.
People.
One is a male. So we want to thank,
Okay.
firstly, that bitch, Heather,
What a shit
from
person.
Waterdown, Ontario, Canada.
She's alright.
She's alright. I mean, she has boobs
alright,
and
she's
stuff. We want to thank Heather for buying 2 stickers from the
Oh shit.
from the merchandise table over there that's sitting over there on the internet. She bought 2 tickets, and so thank you so much for that, bitch, Heather. What she calls herself rude bitch.
True.
She knows I love her. You not so much. Also want to thank a brand new Patreon. We want to thank Geordie Van Vuklis for
Geordie.
becoming our newest patron. He has unlocked the 31 Days of Horror, which is going on right now as we speak. As of this recording, there's been
coming and joining the funds.
it is fun over there. There is
Yeah, we do.
6.
It's a lot more loose. You
Yeah.
think this shit's loose? Wait till you get to Patreon, man.
Yeah, we talk about butt sex.
So much. Did we?
I mean, sometimes.
Sure we have.
Yeah. We do on Schwarzenegger for Dummies when, we're doing 31 Days of Horror right now, where I give a horror movie review every day in the month of October. It has been, as of this recording, 6 episodes out so far. So if you want to hear them, patreon.com/horror for dummies. You can get in for a small price of $1.50, and you can cancel at any time. So, boom.
Like, also, not only do you get that, you get the bracket episode, you get the Arnold for Dummies. If you want to see what a bracket episode is like, I believe we're doing a special like Halloween themed one. And like people get butthurt every time. So it's like, maybe it's a drinking game. Maybe you can have a drink every time something gets knocked out and someone gets butthurt.
And it's usually me.
Slaughtered by the end of it.
You will. Yeah.
You fucking sloshed cunt.
Go back and listen to our best Halloween song bracket that we released the other day. And if you want more bracket episodes, we have shitloads on the Patreon. So
many. It's good stuff. I like doing the Patreon episodes.
give Patreon a chance. If you don't like it, we'll apologize and give you a hug. So, but yeah, you can cancel at any time. So give it a go. Why not? If this is if you've always been on the fence about it, if you've always felt like you want to, now is the time, because
Halloween is the time to do it.
Yep, it's definitely worth it. Anyway, last week we had a little competition, right? Halloween jokes, Halloween related jokes, Halloween themed jokes, right? There's a competition going on right now.
I like it. No one's gonna make me laugh. That was a shit, right?
We haven't heard the joke yet.
Yeah, I already know. I already know no one's going to make me laugh. They're all going to be shit.
You're a grumpy fuck.
Nah, it's going to be terrible.
Okay. You sound a lot like someone that I know. Someone that's very...
Blackboard?
No, someone that's very hungry.
I like movies.
Do you? We'll see after this episode.
We'll see.
Yeah, so there's a competition right now on Horror for Dummies where you send us your best Halloween-themed jokes, and at the end of this month, the 30th of October, we will announce the winner, and you get a prize for the best joke out there. This joke's been running for 1 week, and so far we have 1 entry. So come on, guys. If you have a joke out there, send it in, no matter how bad. Hey, it could be the worst joke in the world, but we might find it fucking hilarious, and you may win.
Maybe.
You may win a prize. No matter where you are in the world, you may win a prize. So, this joke has been sent to us from our good, beautiful boyfriend, Zim Vader.
Okay. Let's see where we go.
Okay. Kaloof,
Yes.
on Halloween, what does Barbie do with her strap-on dildo?
I don't know, Tim. What does Barbie do with her strap-on dildos?
Pumpkin. That made you laugh.
Yeah, it's a bit. That's funny.
Holy shit, you actually laughed. A guy that said, and I quote, "You'll never make me laugh," just laughed. Zim, you're in the running to win right now.
I mean, yeah, like there's only one entrant.
Well, I mean, if we get another entry, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I won't laugh.
Maybe you're all bullshit. Maybe you find jokes fucking hilarious.
No.
You just find your own jokes funnier.
Whoa. Just because they are.
Okay. All right.
Have you heard my Tom Cruise bit?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're a fucking broken record. That's all you are. Anyway, all right. Also on last week, we basically gave you the what's coming out of horror movies in the month of October. This week, I'm going to be doing something similar, but instead of movies, we're going to be doing TV series. So, because I realize that there's a few TV series coming out this month, and we might as well just let you guys know. So you guys are in the know of what's coming out and what to check out and everything in between. Yeah. So, let's start off with a series that is somewhat out right now. It comes out weekly, weekly, and it's on the Shudder. It's called 101 Scariest Horror Movie Moments of All Time. And this is cool. It's kind of like a documentary type thing where they count down the scariest horror movie moments of all time. And each episode's like, say, the first episode's like 100 to 85. So each week an episode comes out until they hit number 1. But there's like people talking about the horror movie moment that they're talking about, and they're all people in the know, you know, actors, directors, like people that you'll know. So it's really cool, man. It's there's movies on that list that I don't really agree with, but I mean, it's not my list. So, and it's fun to see. It's fun to see. Like, look, there's movies that I've only watched 2 episodes so far. There's movies that have come out in like the 80s, and I'm like, that's really high for that. That should be like in the 20s or 10s or something. Okay. So it's really cool to see what people think is the scariest horror movie moments. So yeah, keep checking that out.
Sounds like those old like hokey fucking where they just show a clip and then they fucking have
exactly
celebrities talking about it.
Yeah, and they'll talk about the movie, then they'll talk about the moment from the movie. So it's really cool. I'm really digging it. So yeah, that's out at the moment, so you can check it out if you have Shudder. Coming out, which is all right. The next 2 things, actually next 3 things, have already come out as of this recording, but I'll talk about them anyway. October 2nd, we have Interview with a Vampire, the TV series. I'm not a fan of the movie. I don't like Anne Rice vampire stuff. It's too lovey-dovey for me. But according to the Taminator from the Horrorcast, another great horror podcast out there, who has seen these episodes, apparently this is pretty full on and gruesome, and not as lovey-dovey as typical Anne Rice stuff. Now this isn't.
Yeah, I haven't seen the OG one. I do know someone's in it, and I am curious if he does do his own stunts. But is it good?
I wasn't a fan. Like, people do like it, and you might like it.
Would I like it?
I don't know. See, I like my vampires being fucking animalistic, and these vampires are all like, "Oh, look how sexy I am."
Oh, I do like a sexy vampire.
See, yeah, you might like it. Did you like True Blood?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll probably like...
But only because of the way he said, "Suki."
Well, you might like this, because he talks like vampire.
Ooh.
Actually, I don't think he does. Cool. I just like speaking like that. It's fun.
Blah. And shit.
But yeah, Interview with a Vampire is out right now on AMC. So if you have AMC, go and check it out.
So not here.
The Walking Dead Season 11. I mean, they've already started the season, but this is like wrapping up to the end. This is the end of The Walking Dead, and I am going to finish it because at one point in my life I was a massive fan of this TV series.
You really were. Like, you and Joe used to watch it like religiously.
Yeah. every week we used to fucking like, it used to come out here on a Monday. We used to like get our fucking popcorn ready, watch the latest episode, and then just...
Because I remember for a while there, you were like, "Oh, fucking Walking Dead's so shit all the time," and I'm like, "Why are you still watching it?"
Yeah, because I'm a completist. It was like Supernatural. It got repetitive.
You'd be watching it every week, and you're just like, "God, so shit, man." Walking Dead this week, fucking bullshit. Like, why you hate watching this show?
It's like watching wrestling. It
fair enough.
pisses me off, but I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't
Like watching AEW, basically.
Okay, AEW this week was actually pretty good. So
Don't tell them.
I removed that blindfold this week. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, Walking Dead season 11. They're gonna wrap it up, so I am going to finish it. It might take me till next year, but I am gonna do
yeah.
it.
I kind of want to go through and catch up. I think I watched from where baseball bat happened.
Dude, everyone stopped when Glenn died. Why?
That's when it got harder to watch. Like, harder for me personally to go find it and watch it.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like, oh, this is too gruesome. Because a lot of the mainstream audiences gave up when Glenn died because I think it got too extreme for them.
No, wasn't that. I mean, I love the comics, which is way more extreme.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's just Australia being Australia and not giving us what we want.
Yeah, like there was, a main character that was still alive.
Yep.
And stuff. So I need to catch up. I didn't have a good place to watch it, and I just kind of fell out. And I was like, I'll just watch it when it's finished, and then it kept going.
Yeah, that's fair, man. That's fair. But
so I'm just gonna wait till it's finished, and then I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out.
Do that. I'm just worried. I'm just worried that people are gonna spoil it on Facebook. And I don't actually know when the last episode comes out, so I can't avoid it. And I'm a Facebook slut, so.
Do you want to have a look? The last episode is going to be November 20, 2022.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. See, the problem with me and TV series is I have to watch them with my wife, and then there are times where we'll have spare moments and we're like, all right, let's smash out this, and she'll be like, I don't want to. I want to watch my catfish show that I watch every day instead. So then I have to fucking wait for her to.
Yeah, but they're talking to somebody on the internet who's not who they're saying they are. I
don't fucking care. It's the same fucking bullshit.
What?
God.
It's totally real and legit.
It took me so fucking long to finish Supernatural because someone didn't want to watch it that night. And I just
was on.
I just wanted to smash it out and like finish it. This is why I can't really do TV series because, yeah.
But maths.
Oh, fuck maths. Anyway, coming out October 5th, we have Chucky Season 2.
That was... Did I watch that? No, I watched the movie. I was going to watch the series.
The series was actually pretty good. I still haven't finished it. I've got one episode... Actually, I've got half an episode left of Season 1. And once again, I don't feel like it tonight. I just want to watch Married at First Sight and Catfish. Fuck you.
Sounds like somebody needs a new wife.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe, I'm just joking. Don't kill me.
October 18th, on Netflix, we have Unsolved Mysteries Season 3. This guy here, meaning myself, didn't know there was Season 1 or 2 out. So,
also, this guy here.
Unless Season 1 or 2 are like the old Unsolved Mysteries.
Nah, man. Right? Can't be.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, with that, like, deep voice, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't really shown much over here in Australia, so I don't really know.
Or at all. I don't even know where to watch it. But yeah, okay, cool.
On October 21st, we have a reality series, so I could probably watch this because my wife...
It's on American Netflix.
Are you serious? Okay, well, fuck us then. 21st of October, we got a TV show called 28 Days Haunted, which is a reality series, which means that I could probably watch this because my wife will want to.
Yeah, because reality, right?
Yep, but I'm not going to. You know, I'm gonna give it back to her. Oh, I don't really feel like it tonight. Yeah.
Shit. Well, then she'll just not fuck you, probably.
What's new? October 25th, we have Guillermo del Toro's horror series, Cabinet of Curiosities, coming out.
Ooh, okay.
And this one's...
man, if Del Toro does a thing, I watch a thing. You know?
He's producing. So
okay.
it's not...
That's different.
It's not directed by him. But, yeah, this one's coming on Netflix. Hopefully worldwide Netflix, and not just selected. But, yeah.
No, America's fine.
That's it for October, but I will mention on November 27th, we have Wednesday coming out.
Keen.
Have you seen the trailer for this?
Yeah, I believe so.
With the piranhas?
Yes.
Yes.
She puts them in the pool or something?
Yes.
Yes.
And that scene there, I'm like, oh, shit. This isn't kids. This is like for adults. Okay, I'm in.
No, it looks good.
Yeah, they're actually doing gore with this time. Oh, fucking, I'm in. And, what's her name is playing Wednesday?
What's her face from X and all sorts of Amy Carrero?
No,
that
that's
right?
not her name.
No? Jenny Ortega.
Yes, Jenny Ortega. That's it.
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna.
Sorry.
Yep. So she's playing Wednesday. Apparently, Christina Ricci is in this as well, but she hasn't. No one knows who she's playing. So
Thursday.
that's a fucking dumb joke. You are not winning the competition. Yeah. Put your head down.
I stand by
You
it.
look so mad right now that I didn't laugh at your joke.
No, man.
You are. All right.
If you laugh.
I'm not going to.
It's a think of. You'll get it later.
No, I get it. It's just really bad. It wasn't funny
No,
at
it's
all.
okay. You just don't get it. That's fine.
Okay, whatever. Go listen to
Just
Tool.
went over your head.
All right. What's
Yeah, it was the Fibonacci sequence of jokes.
Are you ready for a question of the week?
Nah.
Well,
don't worry about it this week.
Okay, fine. You know what?
I'm gonna skip it.
Do you want to just stop doing question of the week? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Make this show just an hour long instead of an hour and a half.
That'd be great.
Yeah, well, too bad. Question.
I don't want to do any segments ever again. Fuck you.
Question of the week.
Say my jokes.
Question of the week time.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. So,
Fine, we can do it.
took your time. All right. The question of last week was, which do you prefer, the Munsters or the Addams Family? But someone thought it'd be fun to add in different options here. So, let's go with the lowest to the winner, right? So coming in with one vote, we have the Jetsons.
I didn't see the Jetsons on there.
Coming in with only 2 votes, we have
Yep.
Hall and Oates. Guess who voted for them?
Rob.
Yep. Coming in with only 3 votes, we have WrestleMania 17, which is
Fuck yeah.
one of the best WrestleManias. Coming in...
Which means...
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
Coming in
We'll see
next
how far I got.
with a total of 4 votes, we have
Oi.
hashtag mushroom.
Yeah. I voted for me.
Coming in second, we've got with a total of 5 votes, the Munsters. And then completely dominating the winner, what people prefer over hashtag mushroom, is the Addams Family. So there we go. All right, on to this week's question of the week. We have, what is the best Rob Zombie film?
Ooh. What do you think's the best Rob Zombie film?
The one we're reviewing next week, The Devil's Rejects.
Okay.
But, I mean,
Okay.
it's been a few years since I've seen it, so much like the movie that we're reviewing tonight, my views have changed. May have changed. So, we'll see.
I'm also tentatively going to say Devil's Rejects as well.
I mean, Rob Zombie's Halloween is a close second. The first one.
Okay.
And I know people out there are yelling at me. I don't care. Because I think it's good. What else has he got?
Have a look now.
The Munsters 31, 3 from Hell, Halloween 1 and 2, Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpses, The Haunted World of El Superbeasto, which is like the only one I haven't seen. I feel like I'm missing... Oh, Lords of Salem. The other one I'm missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everything. I think.
31?
Oh, 31, of course. The other one we're doing this week, this month.
Okay.
So let us know. I'm actually curious to see. I feel it will be Devil's Rejects, but who knows what could happen? Something could happen, and we could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember. We'll get to it. We'll get to this movie.
Well, yeah, we will right now with feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
On a stormy Halloween night, 4 young people set out across the back roads of America
What's that? It's a hitchhiker.
What, should we stop?
We can't leave her out here in the rain.
in search of a mysterious figure known only as
Dr. Satan. You know anything about the legend of Dr. Satan?
Yeah, I can show you.
Dr. Satan! Ah, Dr. Satan!
what they uncovered
You ain't seen nothing yet.
is the most horrifying and shocking tale of carnage ever seen.
Well, I bet you'd stick your head in the fire if I told you could see hell.
You seen this girl?
Yeah, they want to play Nancy Drew with this local legend that people call Dr. Satan.
Stupid kids probably got themselves lost.
Let's get out of this nut house.
The boogeyman is real. And you found him. It's showtime!
Please don't kill us.
From director Rob Zombie comes a journey into hell.
This can't be real, this can't be real, this can't be real.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Hope you like what you see!
Feature presentation time, and we are continuing our Rob Zombie walkthrough, filmography discussion. I don't know.
We're doing a lot of fucking Rob Zombie movies. It's not in order, and it's not like all of them, but
Hang on.
it's all Rob Zombie.
Hang on. We've created a name for this. Zombaween.
Yep.
So, we're doing House of a Thousand Corpses here. We're going to be talking about that. A movie that I haven't seen for about 2 years now. So,
It's been a long time for me.
oh, interesting. Okay. Before we get into that, it's time for the Rob Zombie fact of the day. Of the week. Sorry, of the week.
Of today, but
Yep.
for the whole week.
So, this is something I didn't know about Rob Zombie. Zombie's fucking hell. Directorial debut was on track to be The Crow 2037, a sequel to The Crow Cities of Angels. It would take place in the future, and Rob wrote the script, but it was decided the movie wasn't right for the franchise, and it was shelved. So, how would you feel about Rob Zombie directing a Crow movie?
Sure, why not? There's fucking... You can't do any worse.
Worse than the Edward Furlong ones?
Yeah, there's been some shitty ones.
They are.
Was that the one with Iggy Pop?
I think so. Oh, wait, isn't Iggy Pop in the first?
Nah, man.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen any of The Crows. Speaking about The Crow, just quickly here, a bit of a news for you. They have wrapped up filming on the latest Crow thing. I've heard it's a series, but then some people are saying it's a film. So I don't know what it is, but
No idea.
Bill Skarsgård is starring in it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I don't know if he's playing Eric Draven or what the go is, but yeah. I'm assuming he's playing the Crow. So, yeah, be ready for that. Alright, so, on to House of a Thousand Corpses, which is, of course, directed by Mr. Zombie, Mr. Rob Zombie. This one came out in 2003, but was filmed in the year 2000. We'll get to why in a second. Comes in at a 6.0 out of 10 on IMDb, and it stars Sid Haig, rest in peace, as Captain Spaulding, Karen Black, rest in peace, as Mother Firefly, Bill Moseley, as Otis. Sherry Moon Zombie as Baby Firefly. We've got William Bassett. I thought he was dead. Okay, apparently he's not. Anyway.
May he live long and prosper.
He was Sheriff Frank Hudson. I'm sure he's dead, so I'm just going to say rest in peace. Who else we got? Dennis Fimple as Grandpa. Rest in peace. Walter Goggins as Steve Nash. Probably mispronouncing that right. Chris Hardwick as Jerry Goldsmith. We have Erwin Keyes as... Oh, what's his fucking name? Sorry, I've just lost it. Ravelli. Erwin Keyes, rest in peace. Matthew McGorry as Tiny Firefly, rest in peace.
He's still alive? Jesus.
Yeah. There is a lot...
Did anyone make it out of this movie alive?
Yes, Otis.
Hardwick's still alive, and Goggins is.
Yeah, and where's the fucking one... He's like one of the main guys in this, and he's last in the fucking casting. Rainn Wilson...
Oh, yeah.
As... Oh, Jesus, he's like right down the fucking...
Fish boy.
As Bill. There we are, Bill. Tom Towles as Detective George Wydell. Rest in peace.
Jesus, fuck.
There was another one.
Remind me not to work with Rob Zombie. I will die.
Walter Phelan as Dr. Satan. Robert Allen Mooks as Rufus. Rest in peace. No, I'm joking about him. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this movie, so I'm not going to go through every single one. But yeah, there's a lot of people that have since died.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because a lot of cool people in this movie. Erin Daniels as Denise. Yeah, so who's Killer Carl? I don't remember who Killer Carl was.
Killer Carl?
Yeah. Chad Bannon. I think he was the one that, like, had the axe at the end.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, I was a little confused by the ending, but we'll get to that in a second. So,
I have a theory.
Okay, cool. The story in this is two young couples traveling across backwoods of Texas, searching for an urban legends of murder, end up as prisoners of a bizarre and sadistic backwater family of serial killers. Yes. Alright, this one here had a budget of $7 million. Let's have a little guessing game. How much do you think this movie made in the box office? $7 million. How much did it make? Alright, let me give you clues. Do you think it was higher or lower than $7 million?
I feel like it was higher. It got a sequel.
It was higher than $7 million. Now, how much?
$12 million?
Higher.
$50 million?
Okay, lower.
$30 million?
Lower.
$22 million.
Okay, it's $16.8 million.
Oh, okay. It's pretty close.
Yeah, so, I don't know. For his direct... My fucking God. I'm just obsessed with
Directorial debut.
Directorial debut. Not bad. You know?
Honestly, yeah, not bad.
So, House of a Thousand Corpses is inspired by 1970s films such as Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Hills Have Eyes. Zombie conceived the film while designing a haunted house attraction for Universal Studios Hollywood, where filming took place in the year 2000 on the Batlogs at Valencia, California. When the studio shelved the film, fearing that it would receive an NC-17 rating, Zombie reacquired the rights reacquired the rights. They were eventually sold to Lionsgate Entertainment, who released the film in April 2003. Despite receiving an unfavorable response from critics, it went on to gross $16 million worldwide. Since its release, the film has achieved a cult following, was developed into a haunted house attraction by Zombie for Universal Studios, and was followed by 2 sequels.
Yeah.
That we will get to soon. Okay, so this movie here, you have seen it before, right?
Yes, a long time ago.
Okay, so have I. So let's give a little history lesson about the first time we did see it, if you do remember.
Yeah, I think I just, it was just another cool looking horror movie, and it was like at the time when I was like watching a lot of everything.
Yep.
So grabbed it, popped it in, and was like, yeah, it's kind of. I mean, like, also was like, it was Rob Zombie as well. I was like, fuck yeah, Rob Zombie, you know, like,
yeah.
And then I just remember it being amusing but forgettable.
I can see what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, and that's like, I mean, that's sort of still where I'm at. Like, I didn't hate it, but it was just like, I remember watching it and being like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot happening.
There is a lot, yeah.
You know? So, yeah, like, and I didn't really go back to it. And I think it's a movie that probably needs a couple watches.
Yes, I agree. I say that because my first time, let me give you a history lesson about my first time with this movie. I remember...
And then, yeah, I never watched it since.
Oh, you haven't seen it since now?
No, I watched it when it came out on DVD, like the first week or two, and then that's it.
Wow, okay, all right, interesting. I remember walking into my local video store where you used to rent videos.
What'd you have, like a Civic or an Easy or a Blockbuster?
Video. I had a Video Easy and a Civic Video close to me.
That's cool.
Yeah, it just depended where in my area I was at, which one I went to.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't like going to Video Easy because the dude behind the desk, like the owner of the shop, used to just talk about stupid things. So I didn't like going there because he was annoying.
Fair enough.
But they had...
But, yeah, if they've got better movies...
Yeah, exactly. They did. They had the better horror selection. So I was like, oh...
Ah, bubble.
So I was in there one day, just going through it. I didn't have any intent to hire anything or rent anything that day, but I did see this movie. I heard about this movie coming out because I was a big fan of Rob Zombie. I mean, I still am.
Yeah.
And didn't realize it was coming out so soon. So when I saw it there, I'm like, oh... I grabbed it. I took it home. I was so excited to watch this movie. I put it in. I watched it. I finished it. And I fucking hated it. My first thoughts...
You straight hated it.
I didn't like it at all. I was like, what the fuck is... I didn't get it. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was all over the place. And I wasn't a fan.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Years later, I don't remember my second view of it, but I since turned around on this film and I eventually found myself loving it. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was definitely a must-watch for Halloween season. It just fits that camp, and it is set on Halloween. And it just... It is somewhat pretty to look at in the sense of dark and Halloween.
There's a lot of cool visual things happening.
Yeah, dark neon lights and things like that, you know? So yeah, I watched this, I think last time I watched it was about 2 years ago. Around Halloween season I watched it because I think we were doing all Halloween movies. And I remember walking away just really loving it. So this time watching it, I'm still in the camp of I really do like it. I really, really do like it. I do really enjoy this movie. I think it's fun. I think it fits the season perfectly. But now watching it, I do have a few nitpicks that I will get to soon. A few things that bother me with this movie. But for the most part, I am a fan of this film. I think it's come around on me a lot. And yeah, I enjoy it. I would watch it again right now, happily. So what about you?
Look, here's my theory first, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad movie. I just feel like he got the opportunity to do a movie, right?
Yep.
And he was like, "Fuck, man, this is the only chance I'm gonna get. I'm gonna put absolutely everything I got into this." Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get what you mean.
I feel like there's like 4 fucking movies in this movie. You know, maybe not 4, but at least like especially with the ending, right? Like, if they just took away the doctor and the big dude,
yeah,
and then even some of like the different like Otis, like some of the shit that they were doing, I was just like, they're just doing so much, like so many things are happening.
Yeah.
It's like, Otis is an artist and he kidnaps people to fucking, like, turn them into, like, weird dead art projects and things like that.
Yep.
And that's sort of him. and that's sort of enough. And then everybody else sort of eats them, right? They're also cannibals.
I think it's alluded to that, but you never see that.
Yeah, and then he's just like got so it's just so chock full of references.
Yeah,
like exhaustingly so.
It is a love letter to films that Rob Zombie loves,
but it's like a manic love letter.
Yeah,
where it's like, oh, there's a cool classic Frankenstein poster on the wall.
I mean
then he's like, I'm gonna have a Frankenstein poster and a statue of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's bolts over here, and then I'm gonna have fucking every other Universal monster and whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was a bit where he was just showing heads of, like it felt like he was showing us his collection of shit.
It did a bit
in a fucking horror movie, and I'm honestly not surprised if it was his.
Because Rob Zombie did an episode of MTV Cribs, and I watched it recently just because I'm in a Rob Zombie mood right now, and a lot of the stuff
I downloaded a bunch of those like on LimeWire back in the day.
Oh, really? They were fun, man.
Like
they should
Rob
do them
Zombie
again.
and Marilyn Manson and fucking
Manson's house was funny.
Yeah, and Twiggy's house.
Yeah. But a lot of the stuff in this movie is actually from Rob Zombie's house.
Yeah. I loved Rob Zombie's house. I was like,
same.
It was so cool. It was like, I got all these movies.
He has a walk-in closet of horror movies. I'm so jealous.
So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was just like, so you had all that stuff going on. So the family was super complicated and stuff. And then they started doing like satanic rituals and shit. And I'm like,
yeah.
And then it was like, oh, we also take them down to Dr. Satan and his, and I'm like, well, there's another fucking movie right there, man. Like, what is you guys' deal? And how is there enough bodies to do all these things you want to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then even like with the twist at the end where like Spaulding is part of it too, and you're just like, oh, there's so much here, and it's almost exhausting.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Like it's maybe too fast paced, but it's like it's really cool shot. Everyone kind of like, it's not the most amazing acting in the whole world, but everything's pretty cool. I think it's just like, it felt like he was really able to go apeshit with it, and he just went for it.
I mean, you're not wrong in anything you said.
And for me, that doesn't make a bad movie, but it doesn't make a great movie. And I think that's why I remember liking, and this could all change next week, but I remember liking Devil's Rejects more because it was just like, it's just those characters you liked from the first one, but it's really stripped down.
It's more a cohesive story.
Yeah, and it's just like, we're along for the fucking ride with these cunts.
Yep.
Right? Whereas this one was like, what is happening? There was a lot of cool shit that was happening, and like, it's got boobs and gore and whatever else, and like, he must just love people like jerking off over his fucking wife or whatever, but like...
right?
Yeah, it was just cool. This was like a bunch of cool moments from like 20 different movies.
Yeah.
Spliced together.
You're spot on. You are.
Yeah.
And
I'd honestly still watch it. I think like, again, it's a good like background Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Because every time you look back at the screen, you're like, what is happening now?
It definitely is. The few problems that I have with this movie, and I'll get to my likes because there are more likes than dislikes. This movie, I notice it feels like a TV film. A made-for-TV film.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Some of the scenes transition in the way where they look like they've been made to have ad breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most annoying thing in this movie for me is the random scenes between scenes that are just shot with like a lesser camera. Yeah. And there's a lot of it. Like, there's one scene where they're talking about a skunk ape. And I'm like, apparently I read up some trivia that whole scene was meant to be bigger and more into the movie, but they cut it down. But then I'm thinking like, well, why did you keep it in? It's just random. It's just there for
all, yeah.
what? What is it doing to excel the story further? And there's a lot of these scenes. A lot of them.
Yeah, like I said, I think he just had a fucking book of ideas that he always wanted to make. And he's like, this would look cool, and this would look cool, and this would look cool.
Yep.
I want to pay homage to this movie and that movie, and I've got to fit it all in, because this is the only chance I'm ever going to get. And, yeah. So, and it just comes off like this, like, hectic nightmare.
Yeah. And, I mean, there is a good movie here, but at the same time, if you take all the random scenes out and put them together, it's basically a white zombie music video.
Yeah. yeah.
And that's what it felt like. Like, half of this movie feels like a music video that's just been spliced in there randomly. So there's a lot of...
It feels like watching, like, a horror variety show.
Yeah. There's a lot of filler to this film. That's really...
Or even like an anthology movie by accident.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's like that was my biggest nitpick. Now, the ending, because I was really digging this movie besides the little fucking random scenes, but the ending there, I wanted to love this movie, but the ending, I was left scratching my head. I'm like, I don't understand where this movie went. And I tried, so I actually went on Google and I'm like, can anyone explain House of a Thousand Corpses? Am I missing something? Am I dumb? And I couldn't find any answer.
Honestly, like, you take the... Even Spaulding...
Okay, I understand that part, but the whole, underground scene.
Take the... Oh, no, yeah. Take the Spaulding start, right?
Yep.
Throw out a bunch of those weird transitions, maybe have one or two, right? But have them mean something for the story. Have them, like, what do you call it? Exposition ones. Where you're telling about the family or something. You know? And then just have all the family horror murder torture stuff.
Yep.
A la Texas Chainsaw. And then have it finished there. No satanic stuff. No ritualistic shit. Just have them murder everybody in the house. And then when one of them finally thinks they're getting away, Spaulding back. End of the movie.
Yeah.
That's it. Flesh those out. Flesh the family out. There's too many characters.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
You know?
There is. I mean, The Devil's Rejects isn't better with the number of characters, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a good point, now I forgot.
Oh, sorry. But, yeah, if that was House of a Thousand Corpses and it was just based on the house, that'd be sick.
It would be. And I mean, like...
But I think they literally jumped the shark in like... when they were like, there's underground with the doctor, blah, blah, blah. And he looks fucking rad.
He does.
But I want to see that movie.
And yeah, there was no explanation as to who this big red guy is. Because
he's just there.
He's clearly not
And
human.
then it was like...
yeah.
With his goop. His mouth goop.
Like, what is he? You know? Let's start from the start, though, because this movie opens up fantastically. I love the opening to this movie where we're introduced to Captain Spaulding and we get the robbers coming in. And then that old guy's there singing that song, Little Dick Wick, Little Dick Wick. And then Captain Spaulding going, fuck your mama, fuck your sister. That whole scene there is great. And then
fantastic.
Like, it cuts to black. Captain Spaulding says, you got blood all over my clown suit. And then we've got the theme song to this movie, which is absolutely fucking brilliant.
Such a good song.
It's so fucking good. And if you don't know what we're talking about, it is the song that I played at the start of this episode. That whole opening, I was in. I'm like, fuck yes, this is going to be a sick ride.
I probably like the music video for this movie better than the movie.
In saying that, like the soundtrack as a whole is really good in this movie.
Yeah, I remember really digging the soundtrack.
Yeah, like most of it is Rob Zombie's songs. But they're all, like, the whole album. Like, I've been on a Rob Zombie binge this whole week, just listening to basically all of his albums. Hellbilly Deluxe, his first solo album, in my opinion, is a masterpiece. I think it's fucking brilliant. I love that album from start to finish. It hits for me. You know, I can talk about it more, but maybe I'll do that on another episode. But this album here is like selected songs, just as good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's talk about other things we did like. And the other thing I did like is Sherry Moon in a cowboy hat.
Fair enough. I also like Sherry Moon.
You know, I don't... A lot of people are sick of Sherry Moon being in Rob Zombie's films. I'm not. She's really pretty.
I get it, man. He's got a hot wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a freaky looking dude.
She is hot. And we see her boobies in this one if you look closely.
Yeah, they're there.
They're there. Yeah, you have to look real close.
There's lots of boobies in this. It's good.
Yeah, but they're not presented sexually.
No, it's like a lot of dead boob.
Yeah. That's not really boob to me. That's boob you don't want to see.
I guess so.
Like, you don't want to touch a dead person's boobs, do you?
No, it'd be cold.
I mean, would you if you could?
If you microwave them for a bit.
Fucking hell. Another thing I did like about this movie and the follow-up to this is the Firefly characters. Captain Sporting in this is just... I love Sid Haig in these roles.
So good.
I think he's
so
fucking
good.
great. Tiny, played by Matthew McGorry, who did pass away.
Yeah.
His whole character in this movie is probably one of my favorites. You know, that scene where he's eating cereal and then lets her go and he waves to her like this, where it's just the fingers moving and the whole palm is just still. I just... And then Otis gives him that look as to why'd you let her go, and he just shrugs his shoulders. I loved Tiny in this. He's just a weird character that really doesn't do much.
You could have had like more Tiny stuff and more.
I agree. I wish they did.
Lost opportunity. Yeah,
I wish they did flesh out the family more, because we really don't know what they're about.
No, that's it. Like, are they all happy? Like being like led by Otis and like just making his projects? Are they like cannibals? Are they like like what is their go? And it's like, do they sort of work for Dr. Satan or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, like
etc. etc.
Who is Dr. Satan?
Are they like ritualistic Satanists or like are they like, why do they put on the makeup? Why do they fucking go and shit? Like what are they doing?
Yeah. And I know movies don't need to... some movies just don't need to be explained, you know? Leave it for your own interpretation. But this one just leaves a lot of questions that I want answered, unanswered.
Yeah.
And it sounds like... Honestly, it sounds like I'm ripping on the movie, but I do genuinely like this movie. I do.
It's because you enjoy everything that's in here for the most part.
Yeah.
You want to know more about it, which I think is fair.
I do. Do you ever get sick of the characters and their dialogue?
In this?
Yeah.
Look, man, like, I'll be real, like, a lot of the dialogue's a little fucking one note.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, I don't know, Rob Zombie's not the best writer.
No.
So it's like, it's sort of excusable. I think everything was sort of just decent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the dialogue, it kind of felt like that, like, Norman Bates thing of, like, where it's just, like, snippets from other movies.
Yeah. I ask this question because I know a lot of people who don't like Rob Zombie. The main reason they don't is because of the characters he writes and the things that their characters say. And
yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything aggressively offensive or anything like that, but...
they're just vulgar, you know?
I don't mind that.
Swearing every second word. I mean, but that's us. We do that.
Yeah, that's what... yeah, we're talking about, like, fucking butt sex and...
Yeah.
Fucking saying fuck and cum goblin and all sorts of shit.
Eat your mama's pushy. Stuff like that.
Yeah, that was funny, man. What's his deal? He's just putting on a comedy show.
Yeah, is he a comedian?
Like,
and he's like...
about, like... Fucking raping his mum and shit.
He's
whatever the fuck.
He's a comedian, but his punchline to about 3 different jokes is "Eat your mama's pussy."
Stupid. Oh man. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, but it was like also the 2000s. It was like that Kevin Smith kind of era. I like all that shit, so be vulgar. People need to be more vulgar.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I like it. I get it that there's people in the world that aren't like that, but at the same time, there are people in the world who do talk like this. You're listening to one right now, you motherfucking cocksuckers. Go lick your mum's pussy.
Eat your mum's pussy. Shit, dude. Yeah, I don't know. There's shit for everybody, and hey, man, if you don't like it, turn it off. Easy.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, once again, we talked about this earlier, but I got to bring up one point. A lot of scenes in this movie that really didn't need to be in there, but they are in it, and I appreciate that they are. For example, the whole liquor scene, where the character of Goober.
Oh, sort of. Yeah.
I like to get fucked up too.
Yep.
It's that scene. Like, why was that? Like, why did they get alcohol? Firstly, you never see him drink it. Why was that scene in the movie? Like, it didn't really serve any purpose, but I appreciate it because it made me laugh.
Yeah.
When she's called him when she's called him Goober. Oh, it's not actually Goober. It's G Uber. But the
yeah, it's stupid.
Oh, I don't know. It's funny. I got some trivia here. If you're curious.
I would love some.
Okay, so there is more than one instance where you see a poster for 2 missing young boys. Those boys were actually pictures of Rob Zombie and his brother, Spider. Oh, fuck. What's his name? Hasn't got his...
Spider Zombie?
No, Spider... Oh, Spider something. He's the lead singer of Power Man 5000. Spider X. Oh, something like that. I can't remember.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, the lead singer of Power Man 5000 is Rob Zombie's brother.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he just released a movie this year, actually.
Huh.
I cannot.
They're doing a tour, aren't they?
Yeah. Around. Has it already happened?
Nah, not yet.
Okay. Most of the cutaway scenes, Otis torturing cheerleaders, baby masturbating with skeletons, the scenes that we were talking about that were just random. Were all filmed in Rob Zombie's basement after filming Wrapped. He would invite cast members over to his house on the weekends and shoot the footage himself with a 16mm handheld camera, with the exception of the shot of a setting sun. He created the opening credits the same way.
Cool.
Yeah. In the DVD commentary at around 1 hour and 18 minutes, Rob Zombie revealed that Jake McKinnon, who's the professor... Oh, okay, so Okay, he's the professor. The professor couldn't see very well in his costume. So the professor is the red guy. So who's Killer Carl? I don't know. The professor couldn't see well in his costume. In the scene where he swings a real axe at Denise, his vision was so bad he could have seriously injured her if she didn't move fast enough. Rob says in his commentary, "We just assumed she would get out of the way." Fucking hell. And
she'd figure it out.
Yeah, without a limb. Last bit of trivia. This movie, it was made into a haunted house for Universal's Halloween Horror Nights in 2010 and 2019. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps it up. What would you give this score out of 10?
Look, I'm going to give it a 6+.
Wow.
6.5. Look, it's good. Like, it's just got a lot of problems, you know? But I think it's amusing. Like, I would not watch it again, you know? But it's not, like, my favorite or anything.
Yeah, okay. I'm well ahead of you. I really thought about this. I really, really did. And there's only really a few things that bother me with this movie. And they do bother me a lot. But I've got to give this movie credit for things that it does right. And things that I find good in it. So I tallied up my scores, and I actually give this movie an 8 out of 10.
Dang. Okay.
I do. Yeah, I do really. It's definitely a movie that I would watch again anytime soon. So, I think it's the characters. I think it's the subject matter. I think it's the visionary as a whole that really just gets me.
Like the visuals.
The visuals, yeah. So,
like, I could. You know what? Actually, I kind of had fun with it. I could go up to a 7, but I still think a 6.5 is a good score.
Okay, yeah. I think 6.5 is good.
I'm gonna stick with a 6.5.
Okay,
because like the problems are fucking huge. But like I don't know. I was kind of entertained. Like it's a chaotic mess, but it's an amusing one.
You give this movie 1.5 more than The Monsters.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, you sticking with that?
Mm-hmm.
I give this movie the same score as The Monsters.
Yeah, it's way better than The Monsters.
I think
it's much more watchable.
I think they're different. They're two totally different movies, but they're both movies I would rewatch. Maybe I was too generous with Monsters.
Hey man, it's whatever you're feeling on the week.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with our raw review on Hocus Pocus 2.
You're listening to the Horror for Dummies podcast, the dumbest horror podcast out there. Become one of the elite by joining our Patreon page. Or dress like a superstar with the official Horror for Dummies shirts available at redbubble.com. Thanks for listening. Now it's time for our raw review.
I banish thee from Salem forever.
They were right to fear thee. Magic has a way of uniting. Happy 16th birthday, child.
I have a gift for my favorite customers. Legend has it, it's on the 16th birthday that a witch gets her powers.
Lock up your children! Yes, Salem, we're back!
Gilbert, where did you get that candle? We have to get out of here. The witches will be here any second. Ah! The book is alive.
He woke up?
If we intend to live past sunrise, we have to steal their souls.
Whoa, wait, can we talk about this?
No. We must fly!
Not to freak out. The vengeful maniac obsessed with getting revenge on Salem. Sounds very bad for Salem.
We should get some salt. Why? So we taste better when they eat us? Spread out.
That's not 6 feet under.
Stop! I am a good zombie.
It's my life in the box in front of me. Take it off in my arms, it's the soul of me. You walk by, ask to see me lay face down.
We're here on Raw Review and we're talking about Hocus Pocus 2 because I wanted to watch it. So fuck you.
Fuck you, eat my shit.
This one came, and so did I. This one came out on September 30th. And it stars Bette Midler as Winifred, Sarah Jessica Parker as Sarah, and Kathy Najimy as Mary, all Sandersons. It also stars Whitney Peak as Becca, Belissa Escobedo as Izzy, and Lila Buckingham as Cassie. And I must have to mention Doug Jones as Bully Butcherson. This is directed by Anne Fletcher, who has also did things like The Proposal. She worked on movies such as Step Up, Hairspray, The Pacifier, Rock of Ages. So she's done shit, nothing horror. So the story of this is 2 young women accidentally bring back the Sanderson sisters to modern-day Salem and must figure out how to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking havoc on the world. Okay, we've both spoken about the original Hocus Pocus. We both enjoy it.
I love it.
Yeah, so do I.
Honestly, one of my favorite childhood kind of horror movies.
I do too. And there are a lot of people...
Good entry horror for kids.
Yeah, definitely. There are a lot of people out there that don't get the love for Hocus Pocus. And let me just explain my personal love for Hocus Pocus. It's a movie set around Halloween, and it shows Halloween. How I envision Halloween. Halloween for me here in Australia is very non-existent and a very
it's like if it's anything around, it's forced.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it's literally just the big companies being like, please buy stuff like the Americans do, please.
Yeah, and like still to this day, like it's very more open here in Australia than it was back when I was a kid. But when I was a kid, there was no such thing as trick-or-treating. There was hardly ever things in stores. People would just shut down Halloween if you mentioned it. Like, that's an American thing. We don't do this over here. So, but as a kid, I never got to experience Halloween. So watching things like Hocus Pocus and films like that, I was always interested in because I wanted Halloween so much. I wanted to dress up. I wanted to do all that stuff. I wanted my streets to look like that, and I never got it. So movies like this and even the Munsters and things like that, they always hold a special place to me because this is what I want. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I feel you, man.
Yeah.
It's just,
So Hocus...
Not a thing here.
Yeah, and it sucks, man. And the amount of times that I've argued with people over the internet as to, Halloween's an American thing, you shouldn't celebrate it here in Australia. The amount of times I've argued with people on the internet and called them a fucking idiot because they say dumb things like, it's an American tradition, celebrate real holidays like Christmas. I'm like, you are a fucking dumbass. Because Christmas is Australian, is it? You fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, at least I don't celebrate anything.
Yeah, you're just boring.
No, I just don't do what people tell me to do. Just because it's a thing.
Well, why don't you celebrate make your own holiday?
No.
And have your own special day. That day every year is a day for you.
You know what my special day is?
What?
Every fucking day, cunt. I do what I want all day, every day. I don't give a fuck.
Alright. Have fun at work tomorrow.
I love my work.
Wow. No, you don't. You always bitch about your work. Oh, I gotta go to work and sit down and watch movies.
Oh, no, that's the other job I don't like.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow's good. Tomorrow's the injection center. I love that place. It's fucking heaps of fun. I can't believe I get to work there.
That's where you just sit down and inject yourself with drugs all day?
No, I watch other people inject themselves with drugs all day. God.
And just watch people high as a fucking kite walk around.
Yeah.
Look at that dragon.
It's fun.
Or...
It's mad, dude. It's like having my own little, fucking, neighbors with less teeth. Dramas. The dramas.
Do you just pretend you're on an episode of some sitcom TV series?
Legit.
What's Barry gonna do now?
Oh, it's so funny.
Alright, let's talk about Hocus Pocus 2. So, were you in any way, shape or form excited for this movie?
Nope.
Not at all? You weren't curious
Not
as
at
to
all.
how it was going to be? You weren't
a
wee little bit pumped for it?
Nope, not even a little bit.
Well, that's where you and me differ, because I was excited for this movie, because I knew, whether bad or good, that this movie was going to show me some cool Halloween set designs. It was going to show the towns of Salem all decked out in Halloween seasons, and I was going to like that for at least that. So, now that we've seen the movie, did you like this movie?
No. Elaborate? Like a podcast?
Well, yeah, please. Yeah, do your job.
Got more than that. It was just unnecessary, dude.
Okay, I agree.
I don't think it brought anything new to the table. I think a lot of it was just retreading old jokes, but just updating them like a smidge. The kids in this weren't as... I don't know what the word is. I didn't care about these kids as much as I cared about the old kids. Again, could just be nostalgia stuff. Like when we reviewed Hocus Pocus, the first one, whenever that was, I think last year. I gave it like an 8 out of 10. I really fucking like Hocus Pocus, and that's like after that must have been like the fucking 10th time I've seen it.
Yep.
You know, and it was just like, if I want to watch Hocus Pocus, I'll just watch Hocus Pocus. You know, I'm not gonna run through the fucking sequel now.
So you'll never watch this one again?
Nah.
Wow.
Never. I mean, like, look, and that, like, I feel like I'm gonna give it a fair rating, but like, I just thought the whole thing was pointless. They they wrapped shit up really nicely, and then everything that was new was kind of like mid. But like, you know, the costumes were fucking fantastic. The makeup was fantastic. They've really aged for witches that don't age. Like, all the everybody gets magic powers now thing was dumb.
Yeah. Okay.
Even like them just retreading the same jokes. There was a lot more. Was there a lot more songs in this one? I felt.
Yes, there were.
I didn't like that as much.
That's what my wife said. My wife is a massive fan of the original Hocus Pocus. She was really worried / excited for this one, and she said the same thing. She didn't like the songs.
Like, I loved seeing like Ginger Minge and the other drag queens and stuff, and that little bit and their little cameo and stuff.
I thought, I thought it was that. Yep.
And like that was great, but like it was also just like, oh, let's do a same song from the same era, and it's updated and it's new, but it doesn't fit as well. And then that just, it felt like there were a lot more songs, and it was a lot more. Hocus Pocus never felt like a Disney movie to me.
Yeah.
This felt like a Disney movie.
It did. Yep.
Like Disney.
Yep.
And it wasn't dark and gloomy, and it wasn't scary at all. It felt more... and yes, it's always been a comedy, and there was always bits that I'd laugh at in the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like there was an edge to Hocus Pocus first one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there was some more moody, spooky atmosphere. This wasn't spooky. This was silly, and then it just was another power of friendship story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the witches in Hocus Pocus were fucking evil.
Yep.
They weren't in this. Spoilers.
Yeah. Look, once again, you're not wrong. You
like I said, credit where credit's due. Beautiful costuming. They all looked fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous makeup. Sets looked fantastic. CGI was a little bit mid. But like, yeah, honestly, how it looked was probably the best thing about it. But how it looked also made it look like a Disney movie and not like a Hocus Pocus.
Yep.
As far as, for me, story and stuff, retreading the same shit but worse. Mm-hmm. And even as far as like sequences and stuff, half of it was just the first movie, or the best bits from the first movie.
Yeah,
done worse.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Not heaps nice to say about this movie.
Okay, look, I agree with actually a lot of what you said. I think you're spot on with your thoughts. The difference between you and me is, and I knew this would be a difference because of the one simple factor.
It being Halloween-y isn't going to drag me up.
Okay, not that. But the main fact is that I have kids. And I had fun watching this with my kids. So I think I enjoyed this more.
Fair enough.
With that. I'll agree 100% this is much more a Disney-produced film than the first one. You are dead set, spot on. There is not one point where... Especially the ending, which really annoyed me. The ending to this movie is really a... I'm trying not to say anything to give it away, but it was just a letdown for me because it wasn't the dark.
It felt like a spin on their character.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, like, I don't know if this will give it away, but it felt like it wasn't Winifred.
Yeah.
I felt like Winifred is a selfish character.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Anyway, I don't want to give any more away, but like, you know what I mean.
I
right?
get
like,
100% what you mean. Yes, and that's what bothered me. At the end.
Where they went, they wouldn't have like OG Winifred, old school Betty Mids, wouldn't have gone there.
Yeah, and I think that's what bothered me towards the end of this movie. I realized where they were going with it, and certain characters have certain things, and I was like, that's. Okay, it is. It's way more Disney. You are spot on with that. There were times where I did laugh in this movie. A few times, actually. I love films when people from the past end up in present day and have to figure out new technology. That just makes me laugh.
The door thing?
The door thing. The scene when where one of them finds an anti-aging mask.
Oh yeah,
that shit there made me laugh. Where they have to find new brooms. One of them has a certain broom to clean things. That
again, that was just an updated joke from the first one where she got the vacuum.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, you're right. But it was just an updated.
But if you enjoyed that, that's fine.
I thought it was funny how they were kind of like her pets.
Oh yeah, I liked where it went later.
Yeah, how they
like with the ring and stuff.
When she goes, they hate mess. I giggled. I thought it was funny.
It's not completely unfunny. I think I giggled in bits, but it just definitely wasn't as funny as the first one.
No,
for me.
For me. Fair enough. I've seen the original like many times, so it's kind of like,
yeah.
I got to give it up.
Jokes have what do you call it? Diminishing returns.
Yeah, I got to give it up for Bette Midler though. I think she did a good job. She's 73 years old, so for her to move around like that and like act these certain scenes was actually quite impressive.
Also, and that costume looks like a fucking pain.
It did, yeah.
Looks heavy.
Yeah, and like even Sarah Jessica Parker, she didn't look as ugly as she usually is.
Well, she looks hot in the first one.
I mean, it's only because she's wearing a push-up bra. And standing next to Bette Midler and Kathy and MJ.
Yeah, okay.
No offense to them. There is a certain character in this movie that I really didn't like. Let's just say he's in charge of the whole town, and he annoyed the shit out of me. I did not like his character at all.
I could have done with that whole thing.
Yeah, he was stupid. He was written stupid. His whole point of the movie was dumb. Like
it was one of those things where like they shoehorned him into backstory to make him feel more important than he was.
Yeah, exactly. And who is he? Tom Holmes?
I honestly wanted more of the little. I wanted the past Winifred and stuff.
That was cool. Tony Hale. There you go. He plays a certain character in this movie that I really didn't like. I'm not a fan of Tony Hale, so.
I like Tony Hale, so yeah, but just again, you're right, in this,
Yeah. I don't know, man. I had fun with this. Jel was very much on your side with this movie. She was a little disappointed. I think she liked it a little more than you because Halloween and watching it with the kids.
And kids.
Yeah. But I think out of the three of us, I was the most kind to this movie. And I'm not saying that I loved it and it's going to be on my top 10. I don't think it'll even make my top 31. But will I watch it again? Probably, but it will be this month and it will be with my kids and I'll probably be zoned out playing on my phone.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, man, I don't know. There's not really much more to say unless we want to do spoilers, which I don't see a point.
No, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Look, the people that are going to be interested in this movie have already seen it, for the most part, I feel like.
That's true. And
honestly, look, check it out. You'll know pretty quickly if you like it or don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
You might fall in more of a Tim category than a me category.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, if you got kids, what do you got to lose?
Exactly, man. Like, kids will probably dig it. It's very Disney. And when I say Disney, I mean, like, High School Musical fucking, like...
Yeah.
What's it other...
Disney Channel Disney.
Yeah, exactly. My kids watch a lot of those shits, like Disney's Zombies is like another one, and... It starts with D. It's like fucking fairy tales or something. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, where they all kind of sing. And it's not a musical where it's constantly song after song after song. There are a few songs that appear in this, but it's not a musical, so don't think that.
Yeah.
It
just felt like a few more songs, or maybe the songs just didn't hit as good.
I think it's funny. Tiniest spoiler alert for the songs they use, but I think I said this to my wife. I'm like, how do these witches who have been dead for all this year know these songs?
True.
So, yeah, it's just, it's fine. What would you give it out of 10?
I'm giving it a 5.
That's fair. Fuck you.
Look,
I'm sorry, man.
That's okay. I just didn't dig it. Like, but I'm giving it a 5 because, like, I don't know, if they got money, man. The like I said, the costumes fucking 10 out of 10. Makeup 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Like set design real spooky 10 out of 10. Like, but it's just everything else is like, it's just the whole reason it exists is so pointless.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like a crash grab, and like, I mean, Bette Midler's a fucking. There's a reason she was a star, you know.
Yeah.
She's just a performer. So I can't really knock any of the performance. It's honestly just basically, why do you exist? This writing is bad. Updated for the kids stuff, which is fine, but just didn't hit for me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was just, I'm like, if this didn't, am I going to go back and watch this when I feel like a Hocus Pocus? Never.
Yep.
You know, like I might show it to my, like, if I ever have kids or whatever, and I'm showing them Hocus Pocus, the first one, maybe I'll show them this one as well. That's about it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair, man. I'm sorry. I'm just looking back on the past few Raw movies that we've done lately, and yeah, like just going through your scores right now. Like Fall from last week, you gave a 4 out of 10. The Invitation the previous week was a 4 out of 10.
My 4 for that is generous.
Yeah. Beast was a 6 out of 10 for you. Then you had Nope and Day Shift, which were better, a 7.5.
I probably liked Day Shift the most out of the last few movies we've done. Just saying something.
Yeah. So
look, I mean, what are we doing next week?
Well, let's talk about next week. So next week we're going to be doing The Devil's Rejects, continuing our Zombaween tradition. But I thought we'd go from kind of entry-level horror to full horror.
Okay.
Do you want to do the new Hellraiser movie?
Oh, I have to acquire it, yes?
You will have to acquire it, yes.
I'm also seeing Smile.
I won't get a chance.
Okay.
So, unless you want to do different ones, we can do that.
Nah. Let's see. I want to watch Hellraiser.
Alright, let's do Hellraiser because it's getting positive reviews. So,
No, but I'll maybe give you a little bonus smile review.
Okay, you can give me a little bonus smile.
I'll try and not spoil. Because yeah, I've actually not. I've been watching like some movies. Like I didn't mind Bodies, and I didn't mind what was the other one I watched?
Orphan,
yeah, First Kill as well, which we'll discuss more in detail when you watch them. God, catch up, Tim. Fuck.
This time next week, I should have seen it,
and we can do like a. Hey, maybe after Zombaween, I don't know what you got planned, but maybe we can do like a catch-up month or something. Do double Raws.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Let's do
or
that.
Something like that.
All right. Well, basically, this is where we say goodbye to everyone out there in podcast land. We want to thank everyone.
We could do November.
We could. I did have a plan, but...
Okay, well then, do what you want to do.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk.
Maybe we can keep that plan for next year, but we'll see.
What did you score Hocus Pocus? I can't remember.
I gave it a 7 out of 10. I don't think I did.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 for me. So, yep. So this concludes the Horror for Dummies podcast for this week. Thank you to everyone out there for joining us. Big thank you to the Padded Room podcast for always having our back. We can be found on there.
Hey, boss.
On there, as well as Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn, everywhere you know. Please give us a 5-star written review on Apple Podcast or even Spotify now. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd under Horror for Dummies. Join our Patreon page if you want bonus content. We have so much on there, and it's really cheap.
You like this, you'll like that.
Exactly. Yeah, you'll definitely like that. And if you want to buy some merch, redbubble.com, search up Horror for Dummies. We have a shit ton of merch.
There's a few things on there.
You can buy a bath mat like our friend Zim, or stickers like that bitch Heather.
Bitch. He's going for like a Vinnie Mac.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got it.
I love you, Heather. Alright, so we'll see you next week for Devil's Rejects and Hellraiser.
Hell yeah.
Until then, goodbye, Kaloof. Mushroom.
Goodbye, Timothy. You've been calling me Kaloof so much this episode.
I know, damn it. Always use hashtag mushroom. Dip!
fucked up, fucked up.
Yeah, I like to get fucked up too.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, we like to get fucked up, fucked up.
Yeah, I like to get fucked up too.
Yeah, I bet you do.